This is Ironman country, a mecca for endurance athletes from right around the world, drawn together to see if individually they have what it takes to complete the world's most grueling endurance event. It's been this way since 1983, when just 24 came here for that very first time. Since then, there have been thousands who have stepped up to the starting line.
Live here that totally welcome all of the athletes in the race.
I'm seeing a lot of excited people, sort of nerves. You can just sort of feel that they're nervous.
And it is the size of that field that has grown over the years. Exactly 2,500 are here for this one. However, the looks on the faces always the same before a mass start. From the ecstatic to the downright terrified, the countdown is now on. And CEO of Subaru Canada. And with that, we're underway. 3.86 kilometers in the water, followed by a bike ride of 180K, and finally a marathon, 42 kilometers. Total it up, 226 kilometers. That will make you an Ironman if you complete it within 17 hours. Back with the pro men, Richter's Pass is coming up, and yet Elliot Holtham, a rookie at this distance, he continues to lead.
Pretty fun so far, but a long way to go. So, these guys have a lot more experience than me.
But one person who has all kinds of experience at this distance, Scott Curry, and now he has him in his sights. As they're getting close now to Richter's Pass, and there it is, the move. Curry has taken over the lead.
You know, they've done 40 miles now of flats with a little bit of a tailwind on the way out here. Now they're heading to Richter Pass. Richter Pass is where the race really starts on the bike course. They've got their legs, and if you want to make a move and show who's got some strength, the 6-mile climb up Richter is where they do it.
Look at this, taking it, giving it up, and now taking it right back. Here is Holtham with a move of his own.
What he's going for is a Timex bike preem. Scott's going, you know what, take the preem. I'm here for the win of the race. So he's just going to let him go, and he's not going to waste his legs chasing him down here.
All right, you have to explain that for those who don't know. What is a Timex preem?
You know, there's some money for the people who get to the top of the hill. You'll see a Timex set up at the top of Richter. So when they get there, there's just a cash reward for the first one there.
All right, so looking to pick up a little extra coin. Back in the lead is Holtham. Two other men, same plan though. Germany's Christian Brader, second in 2010. And then right behind him in fourth, this is American Chris Bagg, who finished just fourth. Curry, Graham, he knows he has to leave off the bike if he's going to have a chance. We know that his marathon is not that strong.
Well, Scott, it's not that his marathon's not strong. He's been injured, and when you can't do the training, you can't do the race. So he knows that going into this. He's going to push on the bike and hope he can do the run.
This still has to be a big surprise, the fact that he's a rookie at the Ironman distance, but Elliot Holtham continues to be in second. But he does know there are two very experienced riders not far behind, and here they are, the American Christopher Bagg, and then in blue, over his right shoulder, there is the German Christian Brader, and they've been riding together and helping each other out, really.
And you know, it is good to help each other out, and they've got experience. In the last couple of years, they've had a fourth and a second between the two of them, so they know the course, they know Yellow Lake's coming, they know the pace. They also know that they're within 2.5 minutes of the lead, so there's no panic mode here. They want to keep a steady pace, work together, and not let Scott Curry get too far ahead.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, we're out the halfway distance. One goes inside, one goes outside. How much is patience part of this?
Patience is everything in Ironman, and that's the thing. You can't let other guys dictate your race. You've got to push your own pace. So if Scott Curry just bolts it, you know, sometimes you got to go, well, you know what? Let him burn himself out. We'll do the run on.
Boy, the countryside is beautiful here at Subaru Ironman Canada. First of the men has gotten into the transition area. They're going to go from bike to the run, and Calgary Scott Curry is in. He wanted to lead getting off the bike, and he has it by 1:42 over at Elliot Holtham. Is it a good position? Is it a great position for Curry?
You know, I would say it's a decent position. I think 142 is not a big deficit. And Scott really has never put together a good run when he's healthy. So he's coming to this one not healthy. So I don't think the other guys are looking at who's in front, but maybe who's coming from behind.
All right, so there he goes. Curry on his way out. Remembering now, 42.2K to go. Transition again. This is Christopher Bagg, the American. Great final push as he broke away from Brader. So the deficit for him is 3 minutes.
And again, the transition's not overly important when you get off the bike. The key thing is how quick you can get your legs going, and if your legs feel not bad, to hold yourself back. It comes back to patience again.
I just want to draw your attention here. Remember now that Brader in the blue was so close, but he's fallen back, and coming into position there is Ole Piggin from New Zealand. So as they head out on the run, 1:42 the difference, Holtham to Curry. Bagg has separated from himself from Piggin and Brader. So the question is, and that blue now, of course, that's the German Brader. Did Curry get the lead he was hoping for?
Well, I think Scott's just got to stick to the pace he plans, and he knows what his fitness is, and it'll play out whatever it is.
Still a long way to go here at Subaru Ironman Canada. Graham, with the men now on the run, Scott Curry from Calgary. Had a great ride, had the lead he wanted, but he's going to lose it right here because from Portland, Chris Bagg has already gotten by Elliot Holtham and now goes by Curry for first place. So that bike, not enough for Curry.
And it wasn't, but again, Scott came in here and he had good intentions. He really wanted to win this race. His heart's there, his determination's there, but when you've been injured and you can't run, I've never seen anybody in history fake this sport. Either it works or it doesn't. You have to be on with your body.
So Bagg has now moved out in front. Remember, at the transition, bike to the run, he was 2:57 behind, and he's made it up. And look at putting distance now between himself and Curry.
Yeah, and the key thing for him is look at the guys running in behind. These guys are moving to win an Ironman from the men. You've got to run a mid-250 marathon, and you know what pace that is. So again, run your own pace, set your plans, and make the other guys push themselves hard.
Now, we should tell everybody as well, Graham, that this New Zealander, this Kiwi, Ole Piggin, does now live and train here in Penticton. And with this unscheduled stop by Elliot Holtham, Piggin has now moved into third place. Advantage to be running at home?
Oh, absolutely. When you know the course, it always seems a little shorter. You know the checkpoints, you know the undulations, you know where the headwinds will be. It actually makes it a little easier.
Well, facing some headwinds currently is our second place runner, Curry, and look at who's going to reel him in. Here he goes, Ole Piggin into second place. And right behind him, someone we've not seen before. From Scottsdale, Arizona, this is an American, Matthew Russell. And further back, Brader and Holtham are there too. So he's already gotten by a couple of the early leaders. This former steeplechaser who only took up swimming and triathlon in 2010, and here he is now in third place, moving through the field. Ole Piggin, not that far up the road either.
And the thing about him is he did an Ironman 6 days ago in Mont Tremblant, Quebec. So, he's going at a wicked pace here. So we'll see if his legs can hold up because, you don't recuperate that quick, but there's a lot of mental toughness in this guy.
All right, Piggin currently in second place, looking good. Problem is, though, that Russell just that much better. And here he goes. Another pass. And I love this. Sometimes they'll check each other out. There's no acknowledgement this time.
No, absolutely not. It's a mission, and he looks great. He's got a beautiful running form. Ironically, he actually is dressed like a runner. And when I see a guy like that who dresses like a runner, takes off the triathlon gear, he's saying, I'm a runner.
Meanwhile, Christopher Bagg all alone out in front. His advantage, 2 minutes. If he puts down the run, he'll be the leader, knowing that the women's portion of Subaru Ironman Canada is still very much in doubt. Meanwhile, he has had the lead of the run now, something American Chris Bagg has never done ever in an Ironman, but look at what's happening. Unwelcome company. This is the American Matthew Russell. Just 6 days ago, you said he was competing in Mont Tremblant, and he is ready to take the lead. Unbelievable.
I don't know how you do this 6 days after doing an Ironman. I mean, years ago, nobody would ever do this. Physiologically, someone's going to do some studies today to figure out how you can do these things. But, I'm sure you rested for 6 days, and he jumped in here again. He's on a high. So, you never know.
I have to remember now, his work, though, still not done. He may have gotten by Bagg, but Piggin, Ole Piggin, the New Zealander, is not that far behind. And not that far is now. Look at this. Piggin has got him for second place, and you saw a bag just look off to his left to say, where did you come from? And now you question if Piggin has anything left to catch the man from Scottsdale, Russell.
Well, there's still a long way to go, and we have a 2-horse race right now. So again,
but look at Bag. I mean, from being the leader to now walking. How disappointing is that?
you know, it's disappointing, but as a pro athlete, if you want to win, you roll the dice. You have to go for it, and you have a chance of being Bag like Bag was. It just happens.
And the man in blue, this is the German, Christian Brader, as a Bag has picked it up a little bit, run a little bit. I mean, you see people on the street doing that when they jog. They run a little bit, they walk a little bit. Forced now as Brader to go. And we said at the very beginning, this was a wide open race. Few would have picked this man to win just 6 days after doing another Ironman. But he does. Arizona's Matthew Russell wins the 30th running of Subaru Ironman Canada.
It's amazing. I had a great day, and it's a great way to celebrate the 30th year. I'm blessed to be here and be the champion today.
And he may come from New Zealand, but to the city of Penticton, he is now local. Ole Piggin came here years ago to race and never left. Ole Piggin is second here in Penticton.
A bit of a solo effort for myself today, and that's the best way to do an Ironman. I went in with the game plan, and I applied it, and the result was on the board. So I'm looking forward to having a couple of beers tonight and probably tomorrow night as well.
And the man in blue from Germany, Christian Brader. 2 years ago, he was runner-up. But today, Graham, the run not there for him. But once again, a podium performance here at Subaru Ironman Canada. And from his reaction, you can tell he has very little left.
You know, what's amazing at an Ironman, these guys get to a finish line, the body shuts down, you get the cramps. I think he's just happy right now, and he's just relieved. This is just one of those relieving moments. He's actually really happy with a third.
Piggin with a hand up. Your champion, time of 8 hours, 48 minutes, 30 seconds from Scottsdale, Matthew Russell, followed by Piggin, Brader, Anthony Toth, the top Canadian, moving up on the run.